Hey, what's good, y'all? How's it going, fam? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you guys have had a blessed and wonderful day. Today is Monday, and you know what they say about Mondays, but damn that, we're not gonna put that out there. But in the likelihood that you're having one of those Mondays that they're talking about, always, 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 always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I can definitely bear witness to that. So, with that being said, just soldier on and know that you can conquer anything. We're warriors, we're conquerors, we're kings and queens, we're gods and goddesses. We can conquer anything with the grace of Allah God. He will see us through. On that note, but just realize, you got this. Hope everyone's doing good on their fast. Today is day 8. I'm doing great. Um, Something I have to learn about with Ramadan that a good brother of mine down in Atlanta pointed out. I have to stop doing these back and forths on social media with people who, you know, they don't they don't think outside the box. They can't see they they can't admit when they're wrong. That's one thing. And they either think they're the smartest person in the room, they can't admit when they're wrong, or they can't see someone else's point of view. One of those three things. So I just have to stop going back and forth with people like that. So, and a good brother of mine said he's doing that for Ramadan. Not only fasting with the eating and drinking, with the sun up and sun down, but also with going back and forth with people. So I took heed to that, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to incorporate that into my fast as well. But you live and learn. Getting to the topic for this video. So, do y'all remember last week when I said, I think it was last week, Monday, when I said that it's more to that story than a 1 minute and 7 second video with the little white girl who had her head bashed in by the black girl, and there was a minute and second video that was going viral on social media. Remember when I said it's more to that story than just that video? Well, turn out I was right. It is more to the story. So Kaylee Gain, the white girl who's in the hospital in critical condition, who had her head bashed in, is a terrorist. She's a bully. There's video on X, and shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to you, my brother. I mean, you really have done your homework. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. He shared a video on his X timeline, what so have you, where Kaylee was beating up a girl. She was beating up this girl, this poor girl. And another video, also shared by brother Tariq Nasheed, she's bragging about beating up another girl to her black boyfriend. That's right, Kaylee is dating a black guy. Yep, she thinks she's one of those. And many of y'all know what I mean when I say one of those. She's dating a black guy, and in the video, she's bragging about beating up some girl, and her and her boyfriend are laughing about it. Come to find out that Miss Innocent, little white girl damsel, she rolls with a gang of thugs, a gang of terrorists, and they go around beating up other students. Allegedly, it was also told to our brother Tariq Nasheed that allegedly Kaylee's mother drove her to go fight this girl, to go join this brawl. She took her to the fight. And it's also been told, allegedly, that Kaylee's parents are both drug addicts. Hmm. It also should be noted that Marnice DeClue is the girl who beat the brakes off of Kaylee, who sent her to the hospital. Marnice DeClue is an honor roll student who has never gotten into any trouble until now. Let me repeat that again. Marnice DeClue, the black girl who was defending herself, is an honor roll student who has not gotten into any trouble until now. My. When you peel back the onion, what will you find? Peel back the layers of the onion. And I'm sure there's more to the story than this as well, and more will come out. But both girls are fighting for their lives. Kaylee's fighting for her life in the hospital. Marnice is fighting for her life because her life could essentially be over. She could be sent to the gulags for God knows how long. She defended herself. This is what pisses me off. Not so much white people, donating to Kaylee's GoFundMe. You know what? White people are going to be white people. White supremacists are going to be white supremacists. We can't get mad at that. It is what it is. A king cobra is going to be a king cobra. They're gonna sick their fangs and spread their venom. Same with white supremacists. I'm not mad about that. I'm not even bugging out about that. Last time I saw Kaylee's, or that I heard, Kaylee's GoFundMe was over $500,000. It's probably a lot more than that now, and that was as of 3 days ago. So I'm sure it's a lot more than that now. They did a GoFundMe for Marnice DeClue. They took it down. Why? I have no idea. They were doing a GoFundMe for her legal defense fund, and for some reason, GoFundMe it was taken down. I donated some money to her legal defense fund. I donated some bread, and Brother Tariq made a sizable contribution. So why it was taken down, I have no idea. But in any event, what pisses me off is that you have black people who are showing more empathy for Kaylee than they are for Marnice. She went too far. She went too far. She didn't have to do all that. Negroes make me sick to my stomach. I cannot stand it. We have too many Stevens from Django. Too many. They want to show empathy for the white oppressor and then just come down hard on the oppressed. In this case, the young black girl, Marnice DeClue. I wouldn't be surprised if Negroes donated money to Kaylee Gaines GoFundMe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. It's sad, but it wouldn't surprise me. But that's where we at now. Niggas are showing empathy for Kaylee. I mean, it's a Stockholm Syndrome 5.0. It's classic post traumatic slave syndrome, PTSS, where you show empathy for your oppressor, but you hate the ones that's being oppressed. Malcolm spoke about this decades ago. And it's just, well, she didn't have to do all that. All she had to do. Okay, if that's the case, you same Negroes back in August were standing up and applauding when the black people in Mobile, Alabama beat the hell out those white people that had jumped that older black guy, the porter, the security guard. I think that's what. Yeah, security guard. When those white people had jumped on him and black people came to his aid and beat the hell out those white folks, y'all didn't have no problem with that. Did they go too far? Well, the guy didn't have to go upside the woman's head with a folding chair, did he? But he did. Did he go too far doing that? I didn't hear any. Well, yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I heard a former friend of mine, that Sambo motherfucker. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I try not to curse on here. I'm sorry. That Sambo asshole. There I go again. That Sambo Negro. He um he called it Niggatron, but you know what? He don't matter because he's a coon. So whatever. But yeah, there were a lot of black people championing it. Right on, right on, right on. That's taking it to them crackers. Right on. Did they go too far? I mean, there was an OG that took a folding chair and whacked it over a woman's head. And then they were picking up some a white lady got thrown in the river. Did they take it too far? But now you want to sit up here and scold and devalue a 15-year-old black girl. She's 15 years old. The girl is an honor roll student. She has not gotten into any trouble until now. But damn that. She went too far. You don't bang somebody's head. Listen, listen. When you get into a fight, you cannot determine the outcome. You don't get to determine the outcome, especially when you start a fight. You do not get to determine the outcome. You try to, you try to, but sometimes things don't always go like they plan, especially in a fight. You think you may get the upper hand, but guess what? Somebody may get you. It may not be your day. It happens. That's why it's a fight. You're not gonna win every fight. You try to, you attempt to. That's why it's called a fight. You don't get to determine the rules. Well, I'm gonna beat you up. Yeah, okay. You may very well think that. And I've seen plenty of fights. I've been in plenty of fights where the person thought they was gonna beat me up. Or um, a smaller person got into a fight with a bigger person. The bigger person thought they were gonna get the upper hand. Nope. That smaller person caught him on the wrong day. They caught him on their good day, but their bad day. And they took advantage of it and they beat the brakes off of him. I've seen it happen many a times. I've done it. And yes, I've lost a couple of fights. My one loss record is higher than my loss record. I won more than I lost. But not trying to brag, but it is what it is. But it's been times people got the upper hand on me. And it's been times where I got the upper hand on them. They just took advantage, they just took me for granted, and I beat the brakes off of them. So it happens. I mean, it happens. So you cannot determine the outcome of a fight. Like I said, you try to, you hope to. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. And like I said earlier in this video, Kaylee was a bully. She was a bully. I cannot stand bullies. I hate bullies. I was bullied. I'll never forget. 40 years ago, 8-year-old Ryan Jackson, little Ryan Jackson, was bullied by Michael Jenkins at Parkman Elementary School in Detroit. Shout out to my Detroit peeps, to the city of Detroit, hometown. I was bullied. This boy bullied me, I think, from kindergarten. I know he bullied me in first grade, but I think it started in kindergarten, if not first grade. So let's just for 2 years. Second grade, it was about, I think it was the last day of school or the last week of school. I know I was in second grade. I was 8 years old. We were at lunch. Michael stabbed me with a pencil in my shoulder. He had been picking with me all day. We at lunch, and back then, we all sat at this long lunch table, and he stabbed me with a pencil. I'll never forget it. And for those of us who are in our 40s and 50s or whatever, older, do y'all remember those metal lunch boxes, lunch pails? They had the edges. They were kind of round, but they were kind of sharp too. They were round, but they were kind of sharp. Well, I never forget it. I remember the lunch box. It was metal, and it was a cowboy and Indian lunchbox. It had a cowboy on it, and cowboys and Indians, and they were fighting whatever it was. I'll never forget that lunchbox. I took it and I did like this, wham, and I hit Michael right here, right there on that bone. All I remember is blood just gushing out. I cut him right there, right a little bit below his eyebrow where that bone is at. The school lunch lady came out. The people in the cafeteria came out. Everybody, the students was like, "Oh, we 8 years old, little second graders." Um, and the lunch ladies came and they grabbed us and they took me to the office. They took Michael to the school nurse. They took me to the school nurse too because I was bleeding. They patched us up. Michael had to go to the hospital because he had to get stitches. But before he went to the hospital, we're in the principal's office. And this is back in Detroit public schools back then, they paddled you. But for some reason I didn't get paddled. I don't know why I didn't get paddled. I don't know why. But um the principal name was Miss Dade. I never forget it, Miss Dade. She asked what happened. She asked some kids what happened. Michael gave his version, I gave my version. And then they brought in some other people who told the truth, what they saw. And what they saw, they told the same story that I told. So, in conclusion, Michael was in the wrong, I was in the right. And they called our parents up there, and I never forget what Michael's son said. I mean, Michael, excuse me, what Michael's father said. I never forget what his father said. He said, "I hate that this happened. It's unfortunate. We got to take our son to the hospital to get stitches. He could have got his eye put. He could have lost his eye. But with all that being said, I hope you learned your lesson, Michael, not to bully people. I hope you learned your lesson." His father told him, Me and your mother are not going to punish you. This is punishment enough. This is your punishment." I'll never forget his father saying that. Never forget it. This is your punishment. Let this be a lesson in you. Do not bully people because people have a breaking point and you don't know when it's going to happen. Oh, and they excluded me out the school because they said I went too far. I can relate to Marnice. I can relate to her. They said I went too far. and they excluded me from that school, meaning I got kicked out that school. I couldn't go back there in the third grade. I had to go somewhere, go to another school. Yup. I was defending myself. The principal said I went too far because I could have put his eye out, and she excluded me. Couldn't go back there to that school. Good riddance. I think my parents were proud of me. I think they bought me some ice cream back then. That was what kids would they get some little 8-year-old some ice cream. It's like heaven. But they were proud of me for defending myself. That's why they were happy that I defended myself from a bully. Fast forward about 2 years. I had an older cousin who was bullying me. I was 9 years old. About a year and a half. I was 8 when that incident happened at school in second. So about 9 years old. My cousin was 17. She was 17. I was 9. 17. She's bullying a 9-year-old. I had one of those toy guns that had back in the 80s. It was one of those toy guns that shot out those round white balls. Those of you who are old enough to remember, if you listen, put it in the chat if you remember that. Well, any event, she put it to my face and pulled a trigger and it hit me in the face. And I said, okay, okay. And she kept doing it. She kept doing it. And I said, will you please stop doing this? Please stop. This hurts. Stop. So I would try to run away and get away from her. She would run to me and shoot me in the head and shoot me in the face with it. And I told her to stop again. She didn't stop. So I hauled off and punched her in her face. Not only did I punch her in her face, I took one of my toys. I forgot I think I had a metal. Uh, what did I have? I can't remember what it was. Some metal toy I had. Oh, I know what it was. I had the old He-Man toy. When He-Man had his little jet, that little tank thing that he had, and it detached and it became a little mobile jet, whatever he had, or airmobile. Well, I took this toy and I wham hit her right here, and she was bright skinned. She turned jet red, and she scratched me, and I just hauled off and I beat the hell out of her. I grabbed her by her hair and I just bam, and I would turn her around, bam, turn around again, bam, 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 bam. I wore her behind out. She had glasses. Her glasses was all crooked like this. I slapped her glasses off. They flew off. I tried to break them, but I didn't. I was gonna break them, but I didn't because I know she couldn't see without them. So I bam, bam, pulled her hair, and I was wearing her behind out. I was wearing her 17-year-old, thought she was grown, behind out. I had a couple scratches, but her jaw was messed up. I think she lost a couple teeth, but her face was swole. I think she had a black eye. I beat her down. Fast forward 4 years. 4 years later, I'm now 13. Went to all white Baptist school outside of Detroit. Uh, Temple Baptist school full of white supremacists. The teachers were white supremacists. The pastor, the principal of the school, was a white supremacist, and they were raising little white supremacists, little racist ass kids. Every day I was called nigger, porch monkey. For 4 years, I went to that school. Every day. Sixth or seventh grade. I think it was seventh grade. It was about the last month of school. This neo-Nazi, was one of my classmates. Trevor Von Buskirk. Never forget his name. We got into a fight. He was getting me. He was handling his business with me. He was beating the brakes off of me. But somehow, the Popeye cartoons, when Bluto is getting the best of Popeye and he gets his spinach and and Popeye wears Bluto out. Well, I must got some spinach from heaven because next thing I know, I'm on top of Trevor wearing his white supremacist ass out. I'm beating him down. I'm wham, 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 wham. I'm beating him down, beating him down, beating him down. It got so bad, it was a bus. We had our school buses. We were in the parking lot of the school. We was fighting to the death. It seemed like I took his head and I rammed it against the side of the bus. I didn't stop there. I had my backpack. I had my gym bag. It was a blue gym bag, and it had a strap on it, a blue strap. I detached the strap from the gym bag and wrapped the strap around his neck, and I tightened it, and I tried to choke him. I tried to kill him. That was my goal, was to kill him. This boy turned three colors. He went from turning red to yellow to blue. I watched him, and I was like, "Wow, they call us colored." But he turned three different colors. But they had nerve enough to call us colored. And I wrapped that strap around his neck and I tightened it. And he and had it not been for our school bus driver and the school secretary, he would have been dead. And I would have went to juvie. My mother didn't tell me that I went too far. My mother was like, you know what, he had it coming. Oh, and I ripped his shirt off. He was bare chested and he almost died that day. And his mom had the nerve to get mad at my mother over a damn shirt. You gonna give me some money for his shirt? Mom's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I say all that to say that when I've been bullied, it didn't go well for the bully. I sent two of them to the hospital, and one was a so-called relative. She lost some teeth. Her face was swollen. She should have got medical attention. Oh, and her mother, my auntie, said I went too far. She told my parents that. But when she would shoot me in the face with my toy gun, that wasn't going too far. And she kept doing it. That wasn't going too far. But see, that's how these people think. There's a mode of thinking. And there's no rhyme or reason with a jackass. There's no rhyme or reason because you went too far. You went too far. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, they were the bully. When the United States dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those so-called patriots, did they say that America went too far? Did they say that? Were they saying that back then? When America go bomb these so-called bully nations, are so-called patriots, do they say that the United States has gone too far? Did Kyle Rittenhouse go too far when he shot and killed those people in Illinois? He was defending himself. What about Bernard Getz decades ago on the New York City subway? when those teenagers were harassing him, did he go too far? But Kaylee, a known bully, a terrorist, and her gang of goons, terrorists. Let me just keep it a thousand on here. Kaylee was a goon, or is a goon. She's a goon. She's a 90-pound terrorist goon. That's right, I said it. She's a 90-pound terrorist goon who rode with a bunch of other goons. And that goon met her match. Unfortunately, she's fighting for her life. I don't wish death upon anyone, but she learned her lesson. She effed around and found out. FAAFO. Look it up. She found out. And if it's true that her mother drove her to go join this brawl, then her mom needs to be held accountable. She needs to be brought up on charges. She does. She needs to be brought up on charges. This is why I hate a bully, because I was that kid. So I could definitely, to an extent, I could definitely relate to what little Marnice is going through. I could relate to what she's going through because I went through that. It's not right. I hate a bully. I cannot stand bullying. It's terrorism. And I feel bad for our young people now because it's not like it was when many of us were coming up. Bullying, it was just words. Which brings me to another, well, anyway, I'm gonna get into about the words part here in a minute. It was words, but it was more physical when we were coming up. We didn't have social media, thank the good Lord. But now these kids have to be bullied not only at school physically, but on social media. On social media. They have to be bullied. You know, you could block the person, but then you got to go the next day and see him at school in the hallway. Everybody looking at their phones. And I hate it. I hate that. I hate that for these kids. Because now, like I said, it's on social media and now it's physical. And there have been cases where kids have committed suicide over being bullied. They have taken their own lives. And it doesn't stop when you're in grade school, middle school, or high school. It continues on into your adult life. Workplace bullying. That's real, y'all. Where you harassing somebody at work, whether it be sexual or verbal or whatsoever have you. Sexual harassment is bullying. Where you harassing somebody to sleep with you. You're making their life a living hell. You verbally abusing somebody at work. And it's been cases where people have committed suicide over workplace bullying. Why do y'all think a majority of these workplace shootings or school shootings happen? It's because many of these kids were being bullied. Not all of them, not all of these incidents are bullying, but most cases they are. There were people who were being bullied at school or at work, and they just got fed the hell up. And they said, you know what? I'm gonna kill everybody. And that's not right. I'm not saying they should do it, but how do we know that it wasn't a group effort? Sometimes it's not just one bully. Sometimes it's a group of people bullying one person. I could definitely relate to that when I was in the military. And it happens over a period of time. And for those of you who say this girl, Marnice the Clue, shouldn't have done what she did over words. First of all, it wasn't over words. Kaylee punched her in her face first. She punched this girl in the face. And words do hurt. Someone said that to me over the week. Well, you can't just go around hitting people over words. This is true. You cannot do that. But words do hurt. And no, and it was over a period of time. Words do hurt. Words hurt. It says it in scripture about how sharp the tongue is. The tongue is a deadly weapon. Words, you could hit somebody in the face, you could injure somebody. They can heal from their wounds, but when you say something to people, it hurts deep. Sometimes they don't heal from that. There was stuff said to me decades ago that occasionally it still come up. And I was like, why would they say that to me? Why would they say that to me? That really hurt me. There was stuff my oldest brother said to me that still hurts me to this day. That's why we don't have a good relationship. Full disclosure, I'm being transparent here. My oldest brother and my older brothers have said stuff to me to 30 years ago, and it still hurt me to this day. I don't dwell on it every day, but it there are times when it comes up, and that's why I can't trust to have a good relationship with them because that pain is still there. I have to deal with that. That's something I have to deal with, but that pain is still there. So words do hurt. So for people who say words don't hurt, get your head out your ass. It does hurt. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. I just hate to see that with Marnice the Clue. I hate to see that. I hope to start an organization for teens or kids, whatever, for young kids, teens, even adults, even adults. I probably do one for kids and teens and another one for adults. But I want to start an organization where for people who have been bullied, harassed. It could be a safe haven for them, a safe place where they could come and talk. And just try to get them some therapy, whatever. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm going to therapy myself. But if they could have a safe space to let them know that it's someone who cares, someone who knows what they're going through. Because I've been bullied in grade school, middle school, high school, my freshman year, and in the military, workplace bullying. So for people who feel that they can have a safe space to come, someone to hear their story, let someone know that they care, that they're there for them. I would love to do that. Start an organization and do that. Because like I said, bullying is terrorism. It's terrorism. Another instance I remember, eighth grade, there was a kid, Daniel Morrison. Daniel Moore, Daniel Morrison. Daniel Morrison. He was a bully. He called my mother a B. He wanted me to do his homework for him or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So he called my mother. I had been doing it, but I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you out in school. You're gonna have to study on your own. If I gotta do my homework, you gotta do your homework. So I told him I wasn't gonna do it. So we got into a little verbal confrontation. He called my mother a B. Why did he say that? I blanked out. But from what my best friend at the time, James, who made his transition 2 years ago, I picked up a desk. We sat at desk back then. I picked up a desk and I threw it on his head. I literally threw a desk on his head. I don't remember doing it, but I blacked out. I got suspended from school for 3 days, and he was suspended as well. But I beat the hell out of him. I never forget it. That's why I say when people have bullied me, it hasn't gone well for them. It has not gone well for them. Bottom line, more of the story is do not bully anybody. Do not do it. You may not live to see another day. It's not worth it. And we know a lot of these kids are going through things at home with their parents, with their guardians, or what so have you, with other siblings. I mean, I'm sorry, my heart goes out to you. But that's when you need to turn to somebody. Bullying is not the answer. Making somebody else's life a living hell because you're going through hell, it's not it's not healthy. It's not the answer. Yes, hurt people hurt people. That's true. Hurt people hurt people. But you cannot make someone else's life a living hell because you're going through hell. To the young people who are bullying people, talk to an adult, someone you trust, an adult that you trust. Get the help that you need. Do not bully somebody else because your day is going to come. Let that be a lesson to you. Your day is going to come. I'm not wishing it on you, but wrong is wrong and right is right. And in scripture, it talks about revenge. Vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. It talks about karma. That's right. It's the most patient gangster ever. And I'm doing well. How you doing, good brother? But karma it's nothing to play with. What goes around comes around. Sometimes 10 times. The person who does wrong, they're going to get theirs 10 times over. And Kaylee got hers. Now she's in the hospital in critical condition still. I don't wish death on her, but I don't feel sorry for her either. Does that make me a bad person? You know what? Say what you want. But I've been where Marnice DeClue has been. How do we know that Kaylee wasn't bullying her over a period of time? And don't get me wrong, let's not be mistaken. Let's not be fooled. This just didn't happen in that video. They had other encounters. Kaylee probably was bullying her. She probably had been bullying her over a period of time. Bullying just doesn't happen over a few seconds, it happens over a period of time. The way she slammed that girl's head into that ground, that was something that had been brewing. If y'all think otherwise, then God bless you. But don't be gullible or naive to believe what the media is spinning. They're going to spin Kaylee to be this, oh, sweet, wholesome little girl. You see the pictures that they're putting out there. That's what they do. She's just 90 pounds, a wholesome white girl. Oh, she's so wholesome and sweet. Poor her. But Marnice the Clue is a raging, uncontrollable animal. You see how they spin this? You see how racist the media is? Like Brother Malcolm said, most effective devil in America. And my good brother, um, Maj Toure, he echoes that same sentiment. The most effective devil in America is the media. They will make the guilty innocent and the innocent guilty. They will have you feeling sorry for the oppressor and hating the oppressed. And that's what they're doing now with this incident. But it's what they do. It's sickening, it's sad, but it's what they do. It's what they do. America is getting hers right now, yes. The biggest bully of all the bullies. She's getting hers right now. And it's not only going to be America, but it's going to be Great Britain, France, Germany, Italy, her allies. They're bullies. Canada, they're bullies. They're going to get theirs. They are going to get theirs. Best believe. Allah is the greatest of judges. The greatest of judges. But just keep Sister Marnice the Clue, keep her and her family, keep them in your prayers. This girl should not do a day in jail. I'm going to repeat that again. She should not do a day in jail. Now, if you want to give her community service, and I don't even like that, but she does need counseling because she's been bullied. She needs counseling, but she should not do a day in jail. She should go on, continue to good to be on the honor roll, graduate with honors, go to college, start a business, whatever, date, get married, and have children. I hope that Marnice the Clue has that type of future where she again date, graduate, go to college, start a business, whatever she plans on doing with her life, get married and have children. It's not right what they're doing to this young lady. And black attorneys, where are y'all at? Where are the Johnny Cochrans at? We got too many scared Negroes. But whenever there's a black man or woman who gets killed by a white cop, they come out the woodwork. They want to flex their muscles. Well, flex your muscles on this one, damn it. Because this young lady, she needs y'all. She's fighting for her future, fighting for her life. God forbid she gets sent to the gulags. You know what they do to these kids in juvenile detention and in prison. They're trying to charge her as an adult. They're trying to pressure the DA to charge her as an adult. She's 15, for God's sakes. Step up to the plate. Somebody step up. Come on, black attorneys. Stop being scared, bootlicking Sambos and grow some. Grow a pair. Grow a pair. My God. This young lady shouldn't do a day in jail. And I'm gonna stand up, I'll fight on that hill all day long, even if I have to fight by myself. She should not do a day in jail. Not one. And 16 is too young because legally you're not an adult until you're 18. So I don't know. But keep her family in your prayers. The Clue family. They're going through it right now. I read somewhere that they're getting death threats, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. They're getting death threats. I think I made my point known in this. It's something that I'm passionate about. I got a little emotional because I cannot stand bullying. It irks my spirit, and I hate it with every fiber of my being. I hate bullying. I hate it. I hate it. So hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here, and drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think. Let's have this conversation. And let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Please. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable, y'all, especially on subjects such as this. Let's use logic and not emotion. And that goes for me too. That goes for me. But it's something that I'm passionate about. So I love y'all. Take care. God bless. I'm getting emotional about this. God bless. I love y'all. Brothers and sisters, please, 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 please be safe. Beware and be aware. Satan is busy now more than ever before. So beware. Beware. I love y'all. Please continue to support the channel, support my podcast. I can't do this without y'all. I love y'all immensely. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. And bullying is wrong. It's wrong on all ends of the spectrum. Sexual harassment, uh, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, spiritual abuse, just verbally abusing somebody because of their religion or their race, anything, anything, it's wrong. Even if someone is transgender, gay, or lesbian, or queer, I don't agree with it from a moral perspective. From a moral perspective, I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to bully somebody for being gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, or queer. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bully them. I'm not going to terrorize them. If they ask me, I'm going to tell them where I stand. No, I don't agree with your lifestyle. I don't agree with your life choices, but that's up to you. But I'm not going to terrorize or bully somebody because of their lifestyle to the point where they kill themselves or to the point where they're just mentally, they have a nervous breakdown. That is terrorism and that's wrong. It's wrong. So next time, y'all, I love y'all. God bless you. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. All right, peace. Assalamu alaikum.